the alliance.
The country is in a serious crisis economically, socially, politically. We are at a crossroads. But it seems there's no seriousness from part of government. They are taking it as business as usual. We are sinking as a country, and some of us, we are very tired. We can't continue like this.
But one of the ministers, Ken Zikalengoma, described the accusations as baseless, adding Achihana contributed nothing to the Tonse alliance. Zikale described Achihana as a crying baby, as he has realized that has no opportunity to rise up politically. Speaking before Achihana, Ntambo urged people from the northern region to vote for Afford members of parliament to spur regional development.
You remember during Chakufa Achihana when Afford had more MPs, we were given Central Hospital. We were given Mzuzu University, even though it was just changed. But at least we were proud that we have something. We were given the auction floors just because there was a united voice in parliament.
Before the rally, Afford members held a memorial march from Mzuzu Court to Katoto Secondary School ground, joined by Achihana and Ntambo in remembrance of the party's founder, Chakufa Achihana, and the former Vice President, Saulos Chilima.
The Department of Civil Aviation in Malawi says it has doubled its navigation fee revenue, reaching 6.2 billion kwacha in 2023 from 3.8 billion kwacha in 2017. Chief Telecommunication Engineer Mzondi Nyirenda announced this achievement during a media tour at Kamuzu International Airport in Lilongwe. Pempero Malimba reports.
At Kia, the Japanese government supported Malawi with funds for the expansion of the terminal building and provision of a new state-of-the-art radar equipment. Apart from touring the equipment, reporters also appreciated the Kia solar power farm, which generates at least 0.8 megawatts. Nyirenda said the provision of the equipment was commendable, as the country is realizing more revenue than it was making during the previous years.
Revenue has really improved since the installation of the radar equipment. Such that the figures for last year general navigation fees were raised to 6.2 billion.
He said the new equipment has also helped to increase the number of flights that the airport handles on daily basis from 40 to 100. The Japanese ambassador to Malawi, Yoichi Oya, pledged his government's continued support towards various sectors for the country's development. Kia was constructed with assistance from the Japanese government through a loan. Its construction work started around 1978 and it was officially opened to traffic in April 1982.
Consumers Association of Malawi says there is need for the Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, MACRA, to be realistic on its quest to develop a device assembly plant in the country. MACRA wants to make the move, believing it has the potential to lower smartphone prices locally. Pempero Malimba reports.
KAMA Executive Director John Capito said assembling materials in the country alone may not guarantee lower prices on the market. Capito observed that the move is costly as it involves importing materials for assembling the devices locally.
We have seen for a long time as well, the assembling issues are not new. But I think the question that we should be asking, where are we going to be importing those parts that we will be assembling? And that is what I think will dictate the price on the market. Not that just because we have decided to assemble the materials.
MACRA Director General Daud Suleiman said the move is currently at procurement stage. Suleiman said MACRA is also considering the move at regional level.
The second option that we are also exploring is to look at a regional device assembly plant. Regional in the sense that we should pull demand from Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. So that instead of just it being a Malawi investment, can we look at about 4 nations investing together, and all these nations I've mentioned are interlinked by railway.
Currently, out of 14 million registered SIM cards in the country, only 1 million are working on smartphones, a development MACRA attributes to high cost of the smartphones on the local market.
The Human Rights Defenders Coalition, HRDC, has called for the review of the Police Act to make the Independent Complaints Commission, ICC, a standalone entity. The ICC was formed through the Police Act under Section 131 in 2021. Wezigosi has a report.
In an interview, HRDC chairperson Gift Trappins says as it stands, the ICC is not independent as it still uses the Police Act. He says the independence of the ICC is still questionable as their operations are still linked with the police.
Would want the Police Act to be reviewed to make sure that the Police Independent Complaint Commission is delinked from the police. Because as of now, you find that they use the same act of the police. So their independence is questionable.
ICC spokesperson Haben Jalamano says all governance or oversight institutions in the country have standalone pieces of legislation that comprehensively regulate their operations and entrench the concept of independence right from the legal framework level. He says this is not the case with the ICC. Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs chairperson Peter Dimba agreed with the sentiments that the ICC must be completely independent from the police in order to carry out its mandate without partiality and compromise. Recently, the ICC said it had recorded 253 complaints against police officers in the country since it was established in 2021.
The Malawi University of Science and Technology, MUST, says Malawi can come up with solutions to various challenges it is facing using locally available resources. MUST Vice-Chancellor Professor Adres Balata said this at the conclusion of the 2024 Girls Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts and Mathematics STEAM Camp. Selina Tambula has more in this report.
The girls who have undergone a 2-week STEM camp at MUST displayed some science-related projects to come up with solutions to existing problems using locally available resources. After inspecting the projects, Malata said the girls too can come up with innovations that can contribute to attaining Malawi's 2063 agenda.
So not very inspirational. I think the future is bright for Malawi. The girls are very intelligent. They are able to articulate what they can do, and I think you saw their projects. I mean, this is a very short time. I'm thinking if they were here for 6 weeks, they would actually do much more. But even with the time they've been here, you can see that their projects are ranging from agriculture, electricity, they're talking about water. It's really about everything. So, and they can code too. So I think I'm very encouraged. I really think we can do more. We want more girls.
Speaking on behalf of various partners who have supported the 2024 Girls STEM Camp, Hambani Gausi, who is from the National Commission for Science and Technology, said such initiatives are addressing gender gaps in the STEM field.
Actually, I highly rate it, and actually it's a worthwhile investment that we as sponsors have actually done with the girls. It's possible that we can scale up some of the technology that have been showcased, but then we have to actually examine them, look at the level of development they are, and then probably refer them to the garage that MUST is hosting.
One of the girls, Tamara Ngwelekwe from Matapwa Secondary School in Cholo, who aspires to become a midwife, said the camp has helped her think of how technology can be used in that profession.
Camp, to me, it's very nice and very important because as girls now we are going little down with the sciences. Sciences are girls, they refuse to choose because they have no more information. So this world that we are going, more things needed, it's about science, producing something to conserve our environment.
The girls also visited Alankhula hydropower station in Neno as part of the STEM camp.
You're watching the news on Times TV. We'll be back with more after this break.
Start from the streets of Africa. This is not just a game. It's a feeling within us. It's expressive. It's a passion. Play for the fun. Play for the thrill. Play responsibly. Proudly African. Bet with the best. Premier Bets.
You have all your MASM information in one place. With the MASM mobile app, all MASM members register on the MASM mobile app. Download the app from Apple Store or Google Play Store. Install and open. Click register to register. Enter your membership number. The default membership number has 9 digits. If you don't succeed, try 11 digits. Choose your name, password, and OTP destination. Remember, when adding your mobile number, 265, not plus 265. You can also register with your email address easily and keep updated with your MASM account right in the palm of your hand. For more information, email infodesk@masm.mw or visit www.masm.mw.
We are back with the latest lineup from Betway. Betway is front three. Start strong with cash out and swipe bet. Plus, you can boost your sports bet with Win Boost.
And pick up any penny. Pali freebie Friday. Smart Pigs. Build update.
They've also got their back to Odds Boost and Betway Stars. You always get way more with Betway.
News: University of Malawi students will now have a chance to join a Chinese multinational digital communications technology corporation, Huawei, following a memorandum of understanding between the university and the company. Through the MOU, students from the university would be able to have job opportunities at the company. This is what Huawei Managing Director Gu Mu told our reporter in Zomba, Jarson Malua.
We hope that by signing of this MOU, we can cooperate with each other and providing the more access, more courses to the ICT talents and more cooperation in the ICT industry, build a better digital Malawi. Because this is the first time we have signed this MOU, I think after this short period, we'll definitely extend this period.
In his remarks, UNIMA Deputy Vice Chancellor Sunduzwayo Madise said this is a very important agreement.
It's a great day for us because what it does is that it offers opportunities to our students who are doing ICT-related computer science, computer network engineering, information systems. So it offers them an opportunity in which they can showcase their skills. They can also do some more practical trainings with UIA. But also UIA says that it is going to be interested in seeing if they can recruit some of the graduates that we have. But also part of it is to try to see if we can have an academy, an ICT-related academy in which UIA can help us. So we think for us it's a win-win situation. Also considering that UIA is probably the biggest ICT company in the whole world. So then they're making phones, they're making ICT equipment, they're providing solutions to both the government and the industry. So I think as a university we're very, very excited.
The voice of University of Malawi Deputy Vice Chancellor Sunduzwayo Madise. Now, Minister of Transport and Public Works Jacob Hara says the government is not under pressure to complete roads that are currently under construction by 2025 in pursuit of votes in next year's elections. Hara said the government is concentrating on building strong roads and projects that are durable. From Zuzu, Sam Kalimir reports.
Hara made the remarks after inspecting progress made in the construction of M1 Road, lots 4 and 3, which are between Jenda to Mzimba Turnoff and Kacheche to Chiveta in Rumpi district. He said the sections were supposed to be completed last month but have been delayed because of the changes in designs, among others.
Chakwera has charged us to build roads that will last, roads that our children and their children can actually be happy to say this is what our parents left for us. Because of that, we are not chasing the elections. I keep saying this over and over again. We have a nation to build and we have Malawi, and this is one Malawi. And so we don't care whether it's going to take us a little longer. If it is necessary, let's build the right thing. And that's exactly what we're doing on this road.
He then instructed China Henan International Corporation, the contractor assigned to do Section 4 of the M1 to speed up working in areas that are difficult. The Kacheche-Chiveta stretch is at 16.5% completion rate, while Lot 3 is at 9.2%. One of the community leaders at Ruviri in Mzimba, Patrick Gunda, commended the government for the project, highlighting on the need to speed up the work.
It is going smooth, but time determines. Yeah, I think if they will go fast, it will end quickly, and this will enable us to go between towns very smoothly.
Rehabilitation of the M1 road started in June 2022 and it was expected to be completed by June this year.
Zotega Youth Club has encouraged youth to report to authorities any form of gender-based violence they encounter. Executive Director for the organization, Louis Kajembere, made the call at Mbayani Primary School in Blantyre during a training on the fight against GBV. Thomas Kajere has more in this report.
Kajembere says the youths must be proactive in fighting gender-based violence as well as taking the role in mental health education. He therefore encouraged them to report to authorities any gender-based violence perpetrator. Kajembere also reminded the youths to confide in anyone they trust when pressed with challenges.
The youth are perpetrators of gender-based violence, and it is more important to teach more in these youth about how they can deal with the gender-based violence. The advice is the youth must be the pillar to end and stop gender-based violence.
One of the facilitators at the event was Limbani Njewa, Community Services Manager for Beehive.
The aim was to share knowledge and understanding about the issues of gender-based violence, that it affects everyone, not only women, but also even men, the youth as well. In Mbayani, we are just targeting the youth, that they should have that mindset to take action whenever they've seen that gender-based violence is happening in every home or every household.
The training targeted 30 youths from Mbayani Township and was supported by Youth Activists Initiative Organization and Beehive, among others. This comes against the backdrop that 1 in every 3 women worldwide is subjected to either physical or sexual intimate partner violence or non-partner sexual violence in their lifetime, according to WHO.
Students from the Malawi University of Business and Applied Sciences have donated assorted items worth 260,000 kwacha to patients at Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital in Blantyre. The students managed to reach out to 60 patients with a donation which includes soap, sugar, among others. President of the Students' Representative Council, Gershom Nyirenda, says students have a role to play in the development of the country since they are the leaders of tomorrow.
As a student, this is part of our community engagement activity. As students, we believe that reaching out to the communities is part of our social and responsibility to do that. So that's why we thought it is wise for us to come this side and show our support and engage the community in that way. To us as students, we feel like it is our responsibility. It is part of our social responsibility that we need to be doing. So it is one of way we understand in the way to say it is part of responsibility. We're ensuring that we do what is necessary for the industry, for the community, for the country at large. We value and we're committed to improving the welfare of the nation at large. We feel it is more important for more students to be engaging in these activities. We need to be reaching out to the community in this regard. We regard them as our parents, we regard them as our sponsors, as our guardians, that the people that are there to help us in our academic life. So we feel it is more important for the students out there also to join such kind of activities.
Along with the donation, the students also cleaned the premises of the hospital. Now, Jesus Above Foundation has urged the youth in the country to utilize their talents for positive change. The foundation's director, Charles Benson Mwanza, made the call during JAF Youth Club Talent Show at Chilomoni MDC Stadium in Blantyre. Gift Sitima has more in this report read by Thomas Kajere.
Mwanza emphasized the need for the youths to positively influence their peers and promote good behavior. He also stressed the importance of collaboration to ensure every child access education.
The work is so much. We've got a lot of girls and boys who are underprivileged that we cannot manage to accomplish them or accommodate them. So we're looking for more donors outside Malawi and within Malawi. Like now, we're putting a lot of applications within Blanta, so many companies, so that at least they should assist us. Like now, more people are coming to register, more kids are coming to register, so that at least we can accommodate them, so that we can provide them with good and quality education.
Daniel Moyo from Blanta District Social Welfare Office echoed Mwanza's sentiment, urging the youths to work hard in their education to achieve Malawi's 2063 agenda.
I was encouraging the youth that they should maybe do extra hard in whatever they are doing. They should be excellent in whatever they are doing. Whether it's education, they should work hard. They should aim at high. Focus on those skills. They should do better. And I was reflecting on what Dr. Banda was preaching, that in whatever you are doing, you should do excellently.
JAF Youth Club Director Innocent Malunga highlighted the importance of consolidating the youth to tackle their challenges.
The main project is to bring girl child back to school, and then we keep the children at our daycare as well. So we found out that as much as we are tackling the issue of girl child, we should also consolidate all the youths as boys and girls, because the challenges are not only for girls but even for boys out there as well.
JAF Youth Club is looking after more than 1,000 youths, aiming at empowering them both spiritually and socially.
Now in sports news, Spain have won the European Championship after beating England 2-1 in the final in Germany on Sunday. This is the fourth time for Spain to win the European Championship, having won the Cup in 1964, 2008 and 2012. Spain took the lead in the 47th minute through Nico Williams' goal before substitute Cole Palmer equalized in the 73rd minute. Mikel Oyarzabal restored Spain's lead in the 86th minute. The Three Lions of England have never won the UEFA European Championship. And now in international news, President Joe Biden on Sunday summoned the gravitas of the Oval Office to entreat Americans to unify and shun political violence after a stunning attempt on the life of rival Donald Trump a day earlier. Trump, en route to the political convention where he's expected to clinch the Republican presidential nomination, made similar calls in a sign both men fear trouble ahead as the November election looms. VOA's Anita Powell reports from the White House.
Take a look at what happened. This is the moment that changed the 2024 American presidential race, and maybe the course of history. Former President Donald Trump stood up seconds after a shooter attempted to take his life at a rally on Saturday. But as President Joe Biden acknowledged Sunday from the Oval Office, for America, this is no mere flesh wound. He urged unity and reminded Americans that their power comes through the ballot, not the bullet.
My fellow Americans, I want to speak to you tonight about the need for us to lower the temperature in our politics. And to remember, while we may disagree, we are not enemies. We're neighbors, we're friends, co-workers, citizens, and most importantly, we're fellow Americans. We must stand together. Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back, take stock of where we are, how we go forward from here.
Trump has also called for unity after the shooting. He arrived Sunday in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the Republican National Convention, where he is expected to be anointed as the party's presidential nominee. Analysts say that Trump's defiance in the face of death will have an effect.
It will have a huge impact on this election, but our politics more broadly. History suggests we're likely to see a rally around the Trump effect, where those that were in his camp will be even more in his camp, and then those who just can't stomach the political violence, for those who face a reality check of just how dangerous our political rhetoric has become and sees this manifestation of violence play out before our very eyes, it's going to have an impact on this election.
Trump supporters say the grim scene may have taught the nation something important, that institutions matter more than the individuals who lead them.
I mean, it was both a really terrible day for American democracy, but in a lot of ways it was also a great day. I think whether you support President Trump or you don't support President Trump, I think what everyone should take away from that is that American democracy is a lot bigger and a lot more resilient than too many people give it credit for.
Some analysts say they fear more trouble as the two major parties hold conventions this summer.
I have argued elsewhere that we are very likely to see political violence across the spectrum in this election cycle. Obviously, this is the most serious incident so far, but I don't think there's any reason to believe that this will be the last violence that we see.
Now both men are using their platforms to call on Americans to shun violence and unify. But the question for Americans, who still have to choose one of them to lead the nation, is unify behind who? Anita Powell, VOA News, the White House.
Well, that's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines again. Alliance for Democracy President Achihana accuses some cabinet ministers of failing President Lazarus Chakwera. Human Rights Defenders Coalition calls for a standalone independent complaints commission. And in sports news, Spain are Euro 2024 champions after beating England 2-1 in the final in Germany. You can get more on these and other stories by visiting www.times.mw, liking and following our Facebook page, Times 360 Malawi, X at Times 360 Malawi, and by subscribing to 1895 by dialing *1895#. I'm Tabi Kamangala Munifumbo. Goodbye.